Hi there, Nick Dutch back again one more time. It's currently 3:52, and therefore it's about time for me to make a YouTube video. But I want to cover the subject of false experiences. Okay, you know what I mean? Because I spend my time on this channel saying, well, the experience happens, that proves that the experience happens. Well, what if you get an experience which doesn't prove that the experience was connected to anything of a supernatural nature? Well, what then? Well, let me just give you an example. I had this time a while ago in which I had a lot of food allergies. These food allergies actually had a psychoactive effect upon me and created some particular varieties of experience that were peculiar. Essentially, would have hallucinations or sleep disturbances of various different types. And in one of them, there were these creatures that looked a lot like locusts or large grasshoppers that were all around the place. And it was really rather curious. But the thing was, I actually had to get up in the dead of the night and turn the light on and sleep with the light on because of the hallucinations I was having with all these things, like going about the place. It was actually quite scary. But these things were just as real as the camera is in front of me right now, or as these rechargeable batteries are in front of me right now. Alright? So essentially, how could we interpret an experience like that? Well, what we can do is we can actually be skeptical when we think that the experience that we actually do get, which we think is of a supernatural nature, is actually of a supernatural nature, or not. And therefore, we need to be able to evaluate what each experience feels like. There's a whole different emotional texture to a very real food hallucination or a delirium tremens hallucination or something like that, or indeed those which are brought about by vitamin and mineral deficiencies. As you go through your life of exploring these different experiences, you start to build up almost like a catalogue of moods or energies or thoughts or feelings associated with the experience themselves, to the point whereby describing the experience to someone is not a full or complete expression of what the whole experience was about. So, when you learn what different types of experience feels like, you can then learn to discern which is most likely, because the whole thing is a game of probabilities, okay, which one is most likely to have some kind of real weirdness associated with it, and which variety of effects is less likely to have something of the world of the weird associated with it, and more to do with something you've eaten, something you're low in, like a vitamin or a mineral, or possibly an allergic reaction to something in the air, such as the air freshener, for instance. These things do happen. I mean, these days I'm living a very pure life. I'm having quite pure, healthy food. I'm living quite a reasonably healthy existence, although yes, I admit I've got to do more exercise. And also, in so doing, I'm cutting out extraneous variables. I've tackled big time the problem that this place has had with dust, because I've discovered I've had a dust allergy, and I didn't want that to affect my mind and to affect anything which might be associated with my perpetual search for the truth when it comes to experiences brought about by meditation, prayer, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. Okay? So, trying to be more scientific about the feelings that you get, trying to be more scientific about the thoughts that you get whilst you're going through the process of having your strange experiences, is actually an important or indeed essential part of your progression and self-training. So I just wanted to bring those ideas to you today. Good fortune, God bless. Hang on a minute, what time is it? It's about 3:52. Must be time for a nice cup of tea.